Hello everyone, this is Harmony. Doing a video to let you know what you would need to start your ACG diet journey and what you'll need throughout your weight loss journey to be successful on this diet. First things first, if you're deciding to start the ACG protocol, the very first thing I recommend you doing is reading a copy of Pounds and Inches. That is Dr. Simeon's manuscript on the protocol, and I highly recommend you do it rather than just seeking information from other people who have done the protocol, whether they've been successful or not. And I recommend this not in a condescending way, but for you to take full responsibility of your health, of your weight loss journey and your goals, and to be fully responsible by arming yourself with the information from Dr. Simeon's manuscript. So that would be first thing that you would need to do before you start to diet. Read Pounds and Inches. There is a website that I just put together with the manuscript on there, so for you to read, and the link is listed. The website is listed, so you can just cut and paste or type it in, what have you, and just read it from there. And I put this website together for those of you who are out there trying to find information. There's a wealth of information about this diet on the website. It took me 6 months I researched about 6 months until I made the decision to move forward on the diet. And it took me about 6 months because there is so much information out there. People offering so much information and trying to make money on this at the same time, that I wanted to make sure I had the authentic information and that I was responsible for my choices in reference to my weight loss and my healthy lifestyle. So Pounds and Inches would be first. Take that responsibility. You will appreciate yourself for it in the long run. Secondly, would be to order your HCG. Now, on the website that I've put together, there's a banner there. You click on the banner, it will take you into the website where I purchase my HCG from, and that banner is there for your purpose. I do not work for the company. I am not a pharmacist, so I cannot prescribe HCG, but that is where I ordered my from, and the best way for me to make sure you got that information was to add that banner to this website, just for you to have to get in and order your own HCG. Now, also, there are many people out there selling the sublingual version. You'll take the drops. It's work for people, so I have nothing to say about it because I have not used it, but I'm a firm believer that if it's not broken, there's no need in fixing it. I followed Dr. Simeon's plan to the letter on my first round, and because he used injections, that's the form that I decided to use. Now, also realizing that being terrified of needles, I decided to do the injections. I was terrified of needles prior to this diet, but I came to understand that my health and my life was far more important than any fear that would hold me back from moving forward and gaining that healthy lifestyle. Okay, so done with that. After you read Pounds and Inches, you can do it before you place your order. You can do it while you're waiting for your order of HCG to arrive. What you'll need to do is order your HCG. All right. And I ordered, it is recommended, well, I ordered the HCG 5000 strength. And this is what it looks like. There we go. 5000 HCG. That's what I ordered, and I ordered 3 vials. Now, what's important here is the strength. The strength, 5000. All right, that's the strength. My understanding is from speaking to customer service where I purchased my order is the strength of the HCG is far more important than the brand of HCG because it's all the same. So a lot of people use HUCOG, and I know that there's some people I spoke to when they went to order, they were on back order. They were out of HUCOG. So if it were me, my next purchase would probably something like high purity or something. Just, I don't know. That's just what I would order. But if they guarantee that it's all the same strength and there's no difference, then, you know, you order what's available at the time of your purchase. But remember, 5,000 is what you would need. 5,000 IUs per diet. Okay. So don't buy 10,000 in one vial. You get 5,000, 5,000, and another 5,000, depending on how much weight you want to lose. So that's what I did. You can refer to the website that I mentioned, which is www.weebly.com. At any rate, so I purchased my HCG. As you can see, it's in, hopefully you'll be able to see it's in powder form, okay? It is freeze dried, and that's how it comes. And right, as you can see, I have 2 vials left. However, I ordered 3 because I really thought that because I wanted to lose 70 pounds that I would use all 3. I've already used 1. Okay, 5,000 I used for my first 40 days. I lost 40 pounds. I'm going to do the diet again, and I'm only going to use the other one. So I would really have 1 left, and this should definitely take me well into my goal if I have the same success as I did the first time around. So 1 per 30 pounds, or if you want to lose more than 50 pounds, again, read the manuscript because it'll explain to you more explicitly than I will be able to cover in this vlog. All right, in your order from the company which you would order your HCG, you'll also get little vials of bacteriostatic water. Discard those. It's not enough for you to mix with, and just discard them. That's just bottom line. Discard it. All right, you're not going to use it. So that's your order. Then you will have to buy your supply kit. So in your supply kit, which is you will buy a kit for either a 40-day diet or a 23-day diet. I purchased the 40-day. In that kit, you will have your bacteriostatic water. And it's sterilized water for injections is basically what it is. Okay? Bacteriostatic water for your injections. And see, it says 4 injections on here. Let me show that. Would know that it is 4. You see at the bottom there, it says 4 injections. Okay, so wherever you buy your kit, for the bacteriostatic water would be 4 injections also. Anyhow, you know, they'll know that. Also, you'll get 2 of these. All right, as you can see, I've already used this one for my first 40 day, and it just has just a wee bit left over. But you'll get 2 of these, your bacteriostatic water. You will get 40 needles or 23 syringes. Of course, I got 40 for my 40-day diet. They may come like this. I don't know. Who knows how they'll come, how your kit will come. But mine came. All the needles were secured in their packages like that. And I have 40 needles. You'll also get a syringe. Look at that needle. Oh my gosh. I'm so grateful that I did not have to inject with that. This is your mixing needle. All right. And it will come sealed in a sterilized package is this. If you receive anything open, don't use it. Do not use it. Okay. Everything you should arrive sealed and in a sterile packaging. Also need these swabs. These are alcohol pads to clean the area prior to injections. All right, and that's it. That's all that really comes in your kit. Now, you can also use alcohol, cotton balls if you have alcohol at home, but in your kit, it'll come anyway. All right, so some other things that you would need would be, to start, would be 2 types of scale. First would be the digital scale for the kitchen. I'm not promoting brand. I'm just letting you know that a digital kitchen scale works a lot better than the manual scale. I used the manual scale at first, and my measurements were off in terms of measuring my meat. And what I did was the scale, I always had to calibrate it prior to measuring my meat, and then I will put it in the freezer so I can just grab it as I need it. So about a week after the diet, something just kept bugging me to get a digital scale. I did that, reweighed all the meat that I had weighed previously, and I was over. So caution you, make sure it's digital. The next thing you will need is definitely a scale for your bathroom or wherever your weight, your a body scale, okay? And digital, I believe, is best as well, because you, no matter where you place it on the floor, as long as it's a hard surface, your weight should be accurate, okay? A manual scale, you have to make sure you're on a floor that's not, doesn't have an incline and what have you. I didn't want to be bothered with that. I just got a digital scale, work for me. Each of those scales, $20, Walmart. I'm not telling you to get it from Walmart, but that's just where I got mine, okay? And $20 is quite inexpensive if you're talking about starting a diet, all right? Now, Melba toast is something that is allowed on the diet. Here is a box of Melba toast that I used when on the diet. This is what the box looked like for those of you who will be starting your diet and you've never heard of Melba toast like I didn't and not familiar with. This is sourdough, of course, as you can see, but this is what it looks like. In my grocery area, it's found on the top shelf, on the very top shelf, where I never look for anything when I'm down the cookie cracker aisle. So also I bought little baggies like these. These are little baggies. You see how it fits to my hand? So they're small bags, okay, that you may put a sandwich in or a snack for a child, or one of your snacks or something. I would weigh my meat and I would store them in these baggies, and I will weigh my meat for the week. But either way, the portion sizes were weighed, put in a larger Ziploc bag and put in the freezer, or put in the freezer like this until I was ready to use it. So I hope that you have, one more thing you would need to start this HCG diet is a mindset change. You're definitely going to need to readjust your relationship with food if you want to maintain success after the diet. I've heard from people asking me via email or even in my area that they've heard of people who've done the diet and have gained all their weight back and then some afterwards. Well, the reality is they went back to their old habits. They didn't change their attitude with food. And the way this diet is set up is so that you can do that. All right, 40 days is a long time. You should have made some adjustments in your relationship with food and how you look at food. Now, trust me, I didn't miss a meal. Since I've been off this diet, I am not interested in eating a lot of sweet things that I would eat before. I'm not interested in a lot of chocolate, and that was my vice.